Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts leading up to the finale for Game of Thrones Season 6, which is Episode 10, The Winds of Winter, whether or not I think Sansa is pregnant. And spoiler warning, if you're not caught up on Game of Thrones, if you have not seen Episode 9 yet, Battle of the Bastards is one of the best episodes ever. My apologies I didn't get a video done for you guys yesterday. I have been pretty badly sick, actually. Was not able to do anything Monday. I was totally out of commission, so no videos Tuesday or anything like that. But getting back into it now, still a little bit sick, but starting to get better. So back to regular things. So this one, I thought this was a good video suggestion, good question for Q&A. This is from Kayla Williamson, and she said, "Dude, Sansa is pregnant," and then she linked to a Zimbio article. I'll put the link in the description to zimbio.com, where they have some of the quotes from some of the different things that have been said regarding the, whether or not Sansa is pregnant. Some of the dialogue between the characters, namely, of course, Ramsay and Sansa, as well as Sansa and Baelish, I would say alludes to it pretty strongly, especially the last scene with Ramsay and her when he says that he's a part of her now. Now, what could he mean by that? Could he mean like he's a part of her life now, or he's they're I guess sort of married? So is he a part of her? This kind of thing. I think that does allude to her possibly being pregnant. And then there's some other lines as well too. When Sansa says to Baelish, "Did you know about Ramsay? If you didn't know, you're an idiot. If you did know, you're my enemy. Would you like to hear about our wedding night? He never hurt my face. He needed my face, the face of Ned Stark's daughter. The rest of me, he did what he liked with the rest of me, as long as I could still give him an heir." And then the last one is, "I can still feel it. I don't mean in my tender heart. It still pains me so. I can still feel what he did to me in my body standing here right now." So, it could mean injuries, stuff like that. But it just seems to me, especially like with all the scenes and everything, and kind of I don't want to say awkwardness, but kind of the way it's delivered and the way that they kind of, go into fit in together. To me, it does seem like it. Of course, right now it's just a theory, right, that Sansa would be pregnant. But I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think that it does fit because, of course, Ramsay did. He saw that as his duty, obviously, like that's his job, what he's supposed to do, and that's what he kind of has to do in order to secure the North, as well as killing Roose, his father. So I don't think it'd be out of the range of question that he would at least try to get her pregnant. And at this point, to me, it seems like she is, even though the actress hasn't been gaining weight or anything as of yet, but it hasn't been long. But I'm thinking for next season, season 7, maybe in the finale we'll hear something about it, because now that the battle's over, maybe Sansa will have some time to talk to Baelish, like in the promo, and Jon and the others. And also, what is she going to do? That's the biggest question, is what is she going to do if she is pregnant? I was thinking, like, okay, so she's got a couple choices. You can't really do an abortion in Game of Thrones back then, but after she has it, she could just dump it in the water or something, or just give it away or something, kill it, or, which, that would be difficult, though, even though it's Ramsay's. It's half hers too, right? So you get that there. So I would think probably she might go with the Cersei route, which is to lie about whose it is, and just like Joffrey, for example, Tommen, and just lie about that it's someone else's. That's what I would think she'll probably do, and that'd be interesting to see, because Starks, of course, are honorable and they don't like to lie and anything like that, but in that case, that could be interesting to see if that is what happens. So I think it is true. I think she actually is. Could be totally wrong, of course, but you guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think based on the lines and everything, and on the drama. What do you think they're doing with it? Do you think that's where they're going? I do think that's where they're going. I think you're right, Kayla. I think that's what's happening. I do think Sansa is prego. I think Ramsay would. Yeah, I think he would. He would want that for sure. So, and I think that's what he means by "I'm a part of you now." I think that's what he means by that line. I don't think he means like, "Oh, I'm part of your past," or something, or "We're married," or "I'm part of you." No, I don't think so. I think that's what it is. So write your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think the theory is true? Do you think that she is pregnant? I'm sure we'll find out within the next season or so, probably. If at the end of season 7 we don't hear anything about it, then that means probably not. But I think she is. I think that's where they're going with it. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll do a few more questions for today's Q&A. The Cheese Co. says, also for Game of Thrones, do you think Jaime will get back to King's Landing in time for Cersei's trial in episode 10? So my answer is no, I don't think so. If you look in the promo, you can see him, and he's with the phrase and that. And I know he's been kind of teleporting around, so to speak, but I don't think that he's going to make it back in time for Cersei's trial, at least not at the beginning. It could be a little while before he gets back there. And even though he'd want to rush back, I still don't think he's going to be able to make it because of the distance and everything, and looks like in episode 10 we're starting to see things unfold. So if he does make it back, I think it'd be like at the very end, but I think he's going to miss the boat, so to speak. Tommen sort of saw to that. Next one's from Joe Mack. He says, do you think we will see any more of Dorne this season? I don't think so. Even though the finale episode 10, is extended, I don't think we're going to see any more of Dorne this season at all. Maybe season 7 we will, but maybe it's kind of like too that that story has sort of kind of ended, sort of. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that in the TV series version, if they want to expand on it and they want to use the Sand Snakes and do something else with it and have them, I don't know. What would they do? Like have them attack King's Landing or try to assassinate somebody, or I'm not sure. But for now, it seems like that story is pretty much wrapped up, and then we'll see season 7 or season 8 if they want to bring it back. Certainly, they may want to fill out some time, so it wouldn't be a bad idea if they want to do that, since it looks like they don't have enough episodes to do full 10-episode seasons for seasons 7 and 8. They're reporting right now it's 13 seasons or 13 episodes for the last 2 seasons is the answer we've gotten so far. Which is unfortunate. So maybe they can use something like that and they can kind of fill it out a bit if they have to. I'd still be happier with that, maybe even with some filler and add-ins, than less episodes, I suppose. Next one's from Amrit Singh, and he says, I have a question about Game of Thrones. I was wondering if you could answer in one of your videos, please. Where's Jon Snow's direwolf? Ghost isn't seen with Jon Snow since he came back to life, and you didn't really see Ghost leave with Jon when he left Castle Black. So is Ghost with Jon or still at Castle Black? Yeah, that's a good question. We didn't get to see him in Battle of the Bastards either, which was really weird. So I would think he'd probably still be at Castle Black. I don't think he's dead or anything like that. But maybe he just kind of left him there because he knew that things were going to go bad, and he didn't want to, if things did go bad, he didn't want Ghost to be killed too or something, along with him. Because like all the other direwolves have pretty much been killed at this point. Are they all totally dead? I'm trying to think. Like, I would think so at this point, pretty much. Next one's from Quentin Gilliam, and he says, Oi, Trev, you got to get some Game of Thrones merchandise behind you, brother. So I have a few. I have a little bit. I have a Lannister banner, which is pretty cool, and I have a throne room building set, which I could put in the backdrop. But now that the season's pretty much over, I probably won't do it this year. Last year I did that for a little while, and it was cool, but all the Walking Dead subscribers start complaining, and they start getting angry. So, and then it just adds to all the arguing and everything. And just a couple more. Did Craster, this is from Cigar Nixica, did Craster cause the White Walker plague? If it weren't for his sons he sacrificed, White Walkers would never grew in their numbers. So I don't think he's I wouldn't say he's entirely responsible for it. He certainly helped, add to their numbers, but I don't think him by himself he was kind of like a breeding ground for them to expand. But also every time they kill somebody or they attack someone and they win, they're going to be adding to their numbers either way. So as long as they're gaining more than they're losing, which they generally would be, it's gonna spread no matter what. So he probably was like a catalyst to speed it up, but I don't think he's totally responsible. He's just part of what happened, I would say. And the last one will be from Snips, and he says, do you think we will see Lady Olenna again this season? My answer is no, I don't think we will. I don't really think the Queen of Thorns is back in the garden counting roses while her grandchildren are in danger. Then again, she is too smart to try anything King's Landing at the moment. So where is she going to find new allies? I was thinking about Dorne. They hate the Lannisters and still have a great army, which could benefit House Tyrell. What do you think? Have a nice day and enjoy the last episode. So with regards to that, I don't think we'll see her again this season. Maybe next season, depending on what happens at King's Landing. I think that she trusts Marjorie, so when she gets the idea that Marjorie asks her to leave in kind of a secretive manner, that she knows that it's best for her to do so, and that she trusts her skills and she trusts her at playing the Game of Thrones. And a lot of people have mentioned they think that Marjorie is better at the Game of Thrones than Cersei. So, and I may have to agree with that. I may have to agree. She certainly plays both sides really well and is really good at kind of manipulating and fitting in, even to the point where she can kind of she almost convinces the viewer at some points. You know what I mean? Like you as a viewer, like she'll convince you, and to a point, I was thinking that she had lost her mind. She was, totally with the faith and stuff, and wasn't really, thinking for herself or her family anymore or anything. She's just that good at it. We could see with Olenna that she hasn't. She's just playing the part, so to speak, so she can make it, so she can survive, and she can win either way, whichever side she happens to be on. And that'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. You can send me some more questions. Going to do, of course, at least one more, maybe two more this week, leading up to the last episode of Game of Thrones Season 6. After Episode 9, it's been an incredible season. Enjoyed the absolute hell out of it. And, really going to miss Game of Thrones when it eventually ends in a couple years. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Also, share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, subscribe at the bottom left to see my review for the finale, Q&As, prediction videos, and that for the rest of the series over the next couple years. So for this video, see you guys again really soon, probably tomorrow or the next day for another. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.